can't tell you how glad Sandy and I are to be here with you today for the opening of this headquarters, which is going to be absolutely at the where the rubber meets the road here for the next 66 days leading up to this historic election we're going to have in November. And I just want to tell you how proud I am of Pete Olson. What a great guy. I tell you what.
Yeah.
There is not anybody better prepared by virtue of his service to our country, by virtue of his experience in Washington, D.C., and by virtue of his character for the United States Congress. There isn't anybody better prepared than Pete Olson, so let's get him elected. Now, I don't have to tell this group here the challenges that we have in this election year. This is an election year when Democrats are talking about running up the score. They want to elect Obama president, Joe Biden vice president. They want to get 60 votes in the United States Senate. So they don't even have a speed bump when it comes to growing the size of government and raising your taxes. But I have another thing coming to them, or they have another thing coming to them, and that is the Republicans right here in Fort Bend County are going to do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. As Pete told you, the first time I ran for public office, it was for district judge in San Antonio, Texas. So I've run for public office at the bottom of the ticket, and now working my way up the food chain. I'm right there, right under John McCain. But I have to tell you, I would consider it a squandered opportunity if we didn't do everything we could to make sure all of our candidates, from the courthouse to the White House, get elected in 2008. And we can do that. Now, the local party leadership here in Fort Bend County is so critical, and I want to just say thanks to Rick and the whole team because, you know, frankly, they're not doing it for the money. And we know they're not doing it for the glory. They're doing it because their heart's in the right place. We're telling all of the Bend County team, though, that you are not alone. There is an organization that is better prepared, better financed, better organized than it's ever been to elect all of our candidates all across the great state of Texas. That's the Texas Victory Effort. And all of our candidates, all of our organizations are going to have the very best tools available to them, from micro-targeting to a statewide organized effort to make sure that all of our candidates work, whether it's the district judge, state legislature, Court of Appeals, state senate, Congress, or the United States Senate, or President of the United States. We're all going to have the very best tools available to us to target our voters who maybe they moved to Texas from another state. They voted Republican in another state, but they moved to Texas. We're going to be able to track them here, make sure they're registered, and get them to the polls. Or maybe they've moved within the state of Texas to Fort Bend County, and they're not yet involved in the process. We're going to be able to equip all of our candidates, all of our organizations with the tools they need in order to be successful through the Texas Victory Effort. So, I don't know of any other time since I started running for public office way back in 1984 where Republicans have been as organized and ready as we are in 2008 to be successful. And let me just close by telling you what I think's at stake. Barack Obama is a charming man. We know how smart he is. We know he gives a great speech. But the fact of the matter is Barack Obama's got the most liberal voting record in the United States Senate. And I just want to tell you, that's not easy to do. It takes focus. It takes commitment. It takes dedication. It takes hard work to get to the left of John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, and Teddy Kennedy. It doesn't happen by accident. You got to really want it. And you know what? Barack Obama's voting record is more liberal, more to the left, than the only self-avowed socialist in the United States Senate, a guy named Bernie Sanders from Vermont. Our choice couldn't be any more clear. John McCain, a genuine American hero, and our new vice presidential nominee, in a groundbreaking announcement that I think has really electrified the Republican Party and given us a lot to fight for in this November election. Now, people ask me, do you agree with John McCain 100% of the time? And I say, no. My wife doesn't agree with me 100% of the time. But I'm not going to give her the microphone to tell you how. My point is, that is an unrealistic standard. But when it comes to national security, Barack Obama is the one who wanted to tuck tail and run and leave a failed state in Iraq and to squander the investment that America has made in treasure and lives to try to help the Iraqis establish a democracy in the Middle East and an ally in the global war on terror. No way. John McCain had it exactly right. The surge has worked, and we return our troops now home on success, not on failure. And I have to tell you, when it comes to wasteful Washington spending, there's been nobody who's been a better budget hawk than John McCain. And I have to tell you, this is where Republicans went wrong leading up to 2006 when we are the majority. And with John McCain leading the charge against hidden earmarks, important barrel projects, and wasteful spending, we're going to get our mojo back again. We're going to be true to our principles when it comes to cutting wasteful Washington spending. Pete Olson said it all. John Roberts, Samuel Alito. John McCain will nominate judges to the federal bench, including the United States Supreme Court, which will leave a legacy of even-handed administration of law with judges who understand it's not their job to substitute their agenda or their personal choices for the law of the land. Judges who are lawmakers end up being lawbreakers because they don't respect the separation of powers, the important role they have, but one which is obviously limited in nature. Now, John McCain gets it, and he will nominate judges in the role of Chief Justice John Roberts and Samuel Alito, and that's why we need to elect John McCain President of the United States. Well, I know it's almost 11 o'clock, and it gets nothing but hotter from here during the day. We got our work cut out for us. Thanks for coming out here and block walking. Thanks for caring enough to leave the comfort of your home and to come out here and fight for a cause we know is right, and to make sure that these good candidates have the support they need in order to be successful. In the end, winning elections is not rocket science. He or she who gets the most votes to the poll on election day wins. And we're going to win in November with your help.